All right, you filthy animals. It's the CWO in the house. There's Sean, Juno 2000, and myself, Art Carney.
Good evening.
And so, yeah, tonight we present the classic Blacula with William Marshall, also known as the King of Cartoons, on Pee Wee's Playhouse. This movie also has Denise Nicholas in it from the TV show Room 222, which you were all too young to remember. And also this guy, I can never pronounce his name, Thamalusis Rasula or some shit like that. He was a character actor. I actually, I hate that I cannot say his name, but he was a character actor in a lot of different shows and things like that. And so, anyway, well, Alan, you may remember it, but we're trying to pretend that everybody here is younger than us. So, anyway, uh, man, Juno is falling out. Yeah.
And it's telling me that I can't play this on YouTube. It can't be played on a mobile browser.
Oh,
I'll just go on look movie and get it.
But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and do the roll call here, and we've got Zodiac Z, Chester Franklin, who's got a match with Bobby Lashley coming up pretty soon. Rosalia Zarita, of course, the Spanish goddess. We've got Jimmy Jam. We have Alan. And further down the line, we have, of course, P. Rich from the Hatchet Boys. And it looks like Anthony Chobot is in the house. Hey, Anthony. I hope you've gotten to 2004 in your memoirs. And we have Brooke Sauce in here, and we have Jen, Villainous Vixen, and we have Sailor George in the house. So it's all good things and all that good stuff. So there's also a sequel to this that came out the following year in 1973 called Scream Blacula Scream, and that has Pam Grier in it. And you guys know how much of a Pam Grier mark that I am. So anyway, so we're gonna go ahead and hit the trailer so everybody can feast on what we're gonna feast on tonight.
You shall pay, Black Prince. I curse you with my name. You shall be Blacula.
Blacula, the Black Avenger, rising from his tomb to fill the night with horror. Blacula, Dracula's soul brother, deadlier even than he.
You know, he is a strange dude.
You're the nut that ran in front of my cab. You're the only imbecile on this street. Boy.
Blacula.
Look, man, you found, she's got to be around here somewhere. Now listen, you take your hands off of me. I don't know you.
He thirsts for your blood. He hungers for your soul. Warm young bodies will feed his hunger. Hot, fresh blood will quench his awful thirst.
Make it a Bloody Mary. Are you, into the occult?
No!
How about the, heavy stuff?
What do you think of vampires?
Vampires? I think they're possibly the most fascinating of all.
More horrifying than Dracula. The Black Avenger, Blacula. From American International Pictures.
So yeah, there was that, and at the old geezer at the end of the trailer was Elijah Cook Jr., who was a character actor in a lot of cool stuff, kind of like Dick Miller, in some things. So we love we love ourselves some Mr. Miller.
Yeah, I've never seen this one before, and that's mostly because, like, I don't know, I kind of just prefer, like, I wouldn't say I'm the biggest fan of vampire movies, but like the ones that I do like, I kind of gravitate towards the more serious ones. But that's pretty much why I've like overlooked this one for so long. But it's good that I finally have a chance to sit down and see this one tonight.
Yeah, it's about time, Dan.
What's this, 1972? I think this is.
Yeah, I was a really young, thriving 8-year-old, So.
But yeah, I do not have access to the chat tonight. I left my tablet over my mother's house, forgot to take it home, so I can't see any comments. I can't leave any comments. So I just want to say hello to everyone in the chat, and yeah. But yeah, this Friday we'll be doing we're going to be doing a live review discussion for the 50th anniversary for Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I believe that's the only thing lined up for the weekend. We won't really be acknowledging the chat unless people in the chat are, asking questions or anything related to the movie itself. That'll probably be like the only way I'm going to really access the chat throughout that stream. And, that should be a typical 2-hour night.
Yeah, one thing about that on Friday, too, is that I'm just making it known that I am not Gunnar Hansen and I am not related to him in any way. Just because I have the beard, I am not him. So.
Well, no, never mind. I'm not gonna. But yeah, as of right now, we're gonna go live around 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That might change again, but I mean, it's unfortunately somebody's decided to go ahead and just mock my channel and just do exactly what we're doing on my channel now, but. That's no big deal. It's not like, there's other people that do similar streams, but it's obvious that this one person is just trying to mimic the stream. So we can play that game too. So we'll just go live when they go live. We'll see how that works out for them.
It's fine with me. I don't have to care either way,
whoever the fucking GAP is.
But well, since I guess they can't stay out of other people's business, it seems, or
But that's the thing, man. Somebody just can't worry about themselves, and unfortunately on their channel they also can't focus on the topic at hand, which is just fucking movies. They always got to make a post directed towards somebody every day or every other fucking day, and they just continue to discredit themselves and make themselves look like a full-blown nutcase. So it's, I don't know. I mean, I get a kick out of it, but it's just amazing how somebody at that age just can't fucking grow the fuck up.
Yeah, and, but when this happens, this, sets off this alarm, and we just have to play this.
I was young. Way before the sun and the moon were even thought about. You just can't put on some eyeliner and come here dressed in black and ask me for something. Do you understand the lines that had to be crossed? Do you know when this was all being built and formed? The people. I call them people because you're not going to get it. The entities, the energies that were here building this. Put something in me. I tried to do this once before with somebody close to you. You didn't get it. And look what happened. Look at the kind of life you have. That's why you're a misfit. That's why you're here now, because you don't know where to go. And you think I have the answers for you. No. I'm trying to warn you. But you're a young man. Maybe I'm going to take it a little bit easier on you. Maybe I'll guide you, maybe I won't. Maybe I really don't care. Actually, I don't care. But I've been there. So I want to give you something that they gave me. Fear. And I'm paying a price now, this scar tissue I have when I can't even function. And you're coming and you want to be this way. Okay. Just remember, when it's all said and done, I told you so. I'm not your friend. I don't want to be your friend. I don't like you. I want to see you fall. Prove me wrong. You can't. Do you understand what I'm telling you? Because when I come to collect, ask your dad. He knows.
The guy at the end always gets me. Like when the camera moves over.
Oh,
But yeah, Juno, I texted you the other night, man. New Salem's Lot, man. Fucking Christ, man. What a waste of time that was, man. You know, like I think the biggest thing for me with it too is how insulting the final scene is there when they bring down that drive-in screen and it's just like, oh, that blocked out the entire sun throughout the whole planet. Oh, okay, man. Yeah, we're fucking stupid. We can't figure that out. Just oh my god, what a bad movie, unfortunately.
Pizzal's
But anyway,
review.
maybe someday we'll actually get an R-rated theatrical release with violence and something that you could actually call a movie. That might happen someday.
Vampire violence.
Yeah, it's disappointing.
Yeah, Pizzal's review of it, man. He was, he tried to, put it like in the best terms, but he was just basically saying, yes, this is a pile of shit. I was like, nope.
I agree. Jesus Christ. Like, and it's rated R for bloody violence. What the hell was bloody violence about it? It felt like PG-13 kind of violence because all the kills were off screen.
Yeah, it's if anything, like there is blood in it, but it's not like splatter blood. It's not gory blood. It's always like an after effect. Yeah. It's like dripping blood or something. It's like, okay, like what's the big deal here?
Yeah, it's just.
Yeah, I don't know. I was gonna add that to my 31 days of horror, but I had so much trouble getting through it. There was a couple times where I almost turned it off, dude. I was really close to just turning it the fuck off, man. Yeah, and even the whole overproduced look of it too, like that doesn't even help the movie. Like, you could just see the obvious CGI that's added in there, and I don't know, man. I almost felt like Michael Bay was producing the movie. It's just that the whole look of it is just like,
and what a waste of fucking William Sadler. Like you fucking waste him in a lame role where they just don't do nothing with him. Like that was kind of shitty.
Actually, that was probably the only thing I really liked about it, seeing William Sadler, and I was surprised at what they did something a little different with the sheriff, but I was a little surprised by the outcome of his character, really, unlike what they do in the original. So, but other than that, that's just like I could barely give this movie a 5 out of 10. I think that's what I'm giving it, 5 out of 10. And that's being generous because 5 out of 10 is still watchable. So for me, 5 out of 10 is still watchable.
Yeah, for me, it's the worst horror movie of this year.
Yeah,
like I rather watch because it's so fucking bad. I rather watch Doctor Sleep, and I'm not big on Doctor Sleep.
But no, I like Doctor Sleep. I thought was pretty damn good. Like the director's cut. The director's cut of Doctor Sleep's really good.
I started watching that.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know you usually have like a delay. That's why I try to wait after talking because you don't get the whole sentence right away.
I'm gonna come back in, guys, because it keeps the video keeps freezing and shit. I'll be right back.
All right.
Yeah, just restart it. The fuck is that?
But I started watching that new VHS Beyond or whatever the fuck it's called. Got
Yeah.
got through the first two stories, and they were actually actually pretty good. But it's just one of those, you know, how Joe Bob would say, not a lot of plot to get into the, you know, story. But it's just, you know, it's just gory and bloody, you know, in the two ones that I've seen so far.
Yeah, that's how like those movies usually are for me, those VHS movies. There's always like a story or two that I like, but as a whole, it just never works. Like I don't know, I can never get through an entire movie and be like, yeah, I liked all the stories in this.
Oh, you were saying about the VHS movies, Hector?
Yeah, I haven't seen the whole thing. I've seen the first two stories in it, and they've got this guy playing himself. He's like some he's a I know he's an author. I forget like what he actually deals with, but they're trying to make this one kind of based on a lot of sci-fi and UFO kind of stuff. But then there's not this two
Yeah.
stories so far have really nothing to do with any like UFOs or whatever. But at least in this one, when a story ends, you know, they go back to him and he starts talking about, you know, these different things as lead ins to the story. So that's different for them instead of just kind of, you know, somebody putting a tape in and then you know it's switching to something else at the end. So you know they finally got one kind of concept right, you know.
Yeah, that series is shit in my opinion. 'Cause
Yeah, I mean,
ever
I'll
since
probably
it
give
was
the
just
new one a
the
shot
VHS
just to see
two,
what stories like jump out and see if something like grabs my attention. But that's pretty much how I am going into those movies. Just try to see if I can get at least one story that I like, one segment.
Well, the first two so far were really good. Um,
I seen
but
the whole movie, but I know I'm gonna wait for you to watch it too.
man, you're just like on top of everything. You probably watch about 20 fucking movies a day.
Yeah,
You
I
just
was
okay.
I
You're
don't
just
know,
better.
just yeah, it just I actually didn't mind the first segment on the 85 one, but it was just some of those segments fucking suck. Like the 85 one that was last year.
Yeah. There's only
Like
about
there were some segments that didn't like uh can you hear me?
yeah, I can hear you
Yeah.
fine.
I'm sorry, did you cut out? That's why like I don't know what happened. My little
Oh, no,
StreamYard.
I was just gonna say that there's usually about depending on how many segments in there, if like there's four, there's usually two that are good.
Gee.
The other two usually suck. So
Yeah. The thing that I have problem with the last two movies is just like they seem to like fucking rush these stories. Like they seem to like not like really add gore and story. They just gotta rush it and then have like some shitty ending on each of them. Like it's like abrupt. Like why not just make it 2 hours and a half to make the fucking movie completed? Like why does it feel like it's rushed right away? Like that's just it feels off putting at times when you see that shit because it's like
I think
you
those
try to
movies, like at this point, like they come out so quick now, those VHS movies. So I think that's really the
yeah
whole point of them is the fact that they can, it seems like each story is just based on like a paragraph of writing or like two paragraphs, maybe at the most. So
yeah
like I think these are just being made very cheaply, which is why they're being pumped out like that. But like, I mean, I do agree with you. I would rather have
yeah
like a 2 hour story with some fleshed out segments, a little bit more to it. But just by watching those movies now as they come out, it's what you see is what you get. Really, they're just quick, right to the point. And like that last one, the VHS one, the 85. Isn't that the one with the segment where the kids are on the boat and like somebody starts picking them off with a gun? Like that was like probably
Yeah.
the only story that I really liked
Which one?
because like I
Wait,
forget what the story was called, but these
wait.
kids are like out on the boat having fun and somebody starts picking them off with like a sniper rifle and like that was like the only one
Oh,
I
you're
could
talking
really,
about
because
the.
like when I was watching that one, like I was like, ah, okay, you know, like really nothing going on, and like these kids just start getting fucked up, like left and right. Like one kid's like jaws like hanging off his face after getting hit with a bullet. It's just like it was really just like bang out of nowhere, like went from 0 to 60.
You, 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 are you talking about the boat story that opened 85?
Yeah.
I guess I don't know what it's called. It's like really the only one I liked out of the whole
Because
movie.
that's
Like,
the because because that was actually the best story. And what sucks is that they didn't. It sucks that I kind of wish that was a movie because that was actually interesting. Because like
yeah, I mean, if you could
it kept
flesh
me
out that story a
invested.
little bit more, you know, it's I could see something. You know, you could probably bring something to that. You know, add more to it.
Yeah,
But
because
you
But
it's
know,
like
it's
interesting. Like you see them dead, and then they wake up and they're alive. I guess they were in this magic water that made them come back to life. So like, I want to see them going revenge after those killers. I'm like, I want to see that as a full movie. Like, fuck VHS. I'd rather just see that as a whole movie by Shudder.
yeah. I think they need like what's that?
Like,
The one I think it was the one before that when they had like the police SWAT team coming in and grabbing all the like, explicit videos. Just like this is bad. Even the acting's fucking bad. Like
like
this is all bad right here. So like once they got into the stories, I was
you,
like, all right, good. Get away from that fucking SWAT team, man. Those people are awful.
the what?
Huh?
I
I don't
couldn't
know.
hear you. This fucking streamer keeps like slowing the fucking like audio down.
It's probably your internet. But real quick, on the channel, this is going to be posted on my channel soon. We're going to have a contest giveaway. And this contest is not going to be open very long. This is going to be open for like 2 days, like 48 hours. So what I'm going to do is I will upload the video when it's ready, and then I will share it out in the community post to let you all know about it. And all you have to do is, you know, I'm sure you guys are already subscribed. So yeah, you're just gonna have to like that video, leave a comment about wanting to be added to the drawing, and just be a subscriber. And yeah, I'm gonna be giving away a 4K Blu-ray here from Scream Factory for John Carpenter's 1978 movie Halloween. So yeah, one lucky winner will win this. It'll be a spin the wheel type deal, and yeah, that'll be a minute long drawing and we'll see who comes out on top. But I'm not leaving this open very long because I am trying to stay away from the subscribers who just, you know, they're just subscribers. They don't really support anything. You know, they're just there as a number, I guess. But those are the type of people sometimes that come out of the woodwork for free stuff. And I don't know. Like whoever wins has the right to win, you know, that's for sure. But I just hope it's somebody who's like, you know, shows up, supports stuff, and you know, deserves the prize. But yeah, it's you know, leaving it open for 2 days, I think is the best way to, you know, just get all the entries in. I'm sure there's probably gonna be like 50 some fucking entries. We'll see. But yeah, like every year on my channel, I do try to have some kind of giveaway for the Halloween season. So that's it this year.
Cool. Well, I think we should get this going in a couple of minutes so everybody can get ready. There was something that Johnny sent me earlier today, and so I
Hold on
kind
one second. I forgot
of
one thing.
okay.
The contest is open worldwide to everyone. It'll be open. Doesn't matter where you fucking live. You can live in Somalia. You can live in Antarctica. I will ship it to you.
All right, so you're gonna pay, you know, all that international shipping to send it to somebody in Paraguay or some shit.
I
Feed
hope
those
not.
hungry kids. All right. So anyway, Johnny had created something, so then I kind of messed around with some things that I had made, and I came up with this little thing here.
You could try call that one. We can call that Texas Wonka and the Chocolate Factory.
Yeah, well, you know, I had sent one of those pictures to Moonbeam, and then, you know, I'm asleep, and I wake up this morning to a text that says, "Okay, Wonka, you know, I had to leave the house because, and you know, a neighbor's house was on fire, and I had to go look and see if we weren't in danger." And I'm like, "The fuck?" And she like, you know, sends me this picture of this fucking house on fire, and I'm like, you know, and I said, "Are you all right? You know, everything okay?" And she's like, "Yeah, I'm fine." She said, "Just I walked outside." Well, she goes, "I guess my mom noticed it, told me she wanted me to go look and see what was going on." And so then I ran into a neighbor outside, and she said, "You know, I want to go check it out. Will you come with me?" And she goes, "Well, you know, I'll go a little bit, about halfway, but I'm not going, you know, all the way over there, you know."
Why?
You know, but I was like, damn, you know. So that was weird, you know. It's not exactly the kind of message I like to wake up from, you know, from her, you know, hey, whatever, you know. It's like, okay.
It's interesting.
Yeah, Chester Franklin's going to be like in a three-way match against Jason and Bobby Lashley, you know, pretty soon. Paranormal Activity. Yeah, that's a good one. You know.
Yeah, you know what's weird today? I went on that Internet Archive site, and it was temporarily shut down, and it had like this disclaimer on it, and it was saying something about how they're having an issue with like copyright restrictions on books, because there's a lot of novels and stuff uploaded on there where you could like read the stories. Like it seems like I know when I'm searching for stuff, I always get novels and books before actual movies. And then like, you know, the site was down for like a couple hours, and I just checked it like an hour ago, and now like everything you can like access it again. But I was just like, what the fuck? Like that's weird, man.
Yeah, I tried, you know, because you always tell me to look for movies, so I was looking for Blacula in case, you know, there wasn't a way for everybody to see it. And it wasn't up there, just the trailers for both movies, and that was it.
Yeah, it's you know, that's the only thing with that website. They don't always have everything you're looking for, but they usually have like every trailer. But like a whole movie, they don't always have everything you're looking for. And yeah, you know, it's like we used it last week for Terrifier, and I forgot to check the language, but there is a lot of times where I'm like, ah, there's the movie, and I'm like, fuck, it's in Spanish. Like, you know?
Well, you know, it could be worse. It could be in something completely undecipherable, you know, like Swahili or some shit or something. But, you know.
I'm good to go whenever you guys are. I think we're coming
All
up
right.
to 29 minutes.
Oh yeah, so I was gonna say to everybody, if you haven't seen my latest unboxing video, please go, you know, check that out. Tell your grandmother, the pets, the dogs, you know, whoever, you know, hilarity ensues. I actually do sing a little bit in it, but yeah, but you know, there's nothing like going on a cruise, exchanging bodily fluids, and then dying of Legionnaire's disease. So, you know, that age-old question is finally answered. So give everybody about another minute or so while you know, we have a, you know, our usual promotional announcement.
Ladies and gentlemen, in order to achieve an R rating today, a motion picture must contain full frontal nudity, graphic violence, or an explicit reference to the sex act. Since this film has none of those, and since research has proven that R-rated films are by far the most popular with the movie-going public, the producers of this motion picture have asked me to take this opportunity to say, fuck you.
All right. So, all right. Well, if everybody's, ready, I'll take the P. Rich. I got herpes simplex 5,000. All right. So there we go. Well, dump house. Yeah, dump house as well. Yeah. That's dump house is like one of the worst Chinese restaurants you could ever go to.
Yeah. Two movies.
All right.
Two movies talk about shit, Sean. We'll talk about it when we're in the movie.
The one time I don't mind buying and go. You buy, you go. Okay, no problem.
Right. You stay after 3 o'clock. You pay dinner price. Fuck your mom. Like, whoa. All right then. So, all right. So we're gonna get our countdown going on this one. So here we go.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Press play, bitches.
Press play, bitches.
Press play, bitches. NGM.
And AIP.
That one by fucking Amazon.
Well, I'd rather Amazon own them. It's their fault for overspending on those fucking Bond movies.
Yep.
Transylvania, 1780. Castle Dracula.
At least this will be a relief over that fucking horse shit of a remake.
Look at that guy's jacket.
Yeah. I just wish, in this movie, William Marshall was wearing his crown because, he later was the king of cartoons on Pee-wee's Playhouse. And then you had, Larry Fishburne as, Cowboy Curtis. I thought that was always funny, too, because, hey, Pee-wee. Nothing tops New Southern Lounge, especially if you want a fucking steak that's like a fucking tire tread. Jesus Christ. Yeah, Alan and I went to this place, and we were the only ones in there besides the bartender, owner / lady, and then this lady who was like the waitress. So we're sitting there, and and I'm like, "Are you sure this place is good?" And he goes, "Oh yeah," and it was like this buffet kind of place. And so the woman comes up to us, and I swear, "What do you want to drink?" And I'm just like,
yo, chill the fuck
out. I'm just like, I look at him and I go, and so then, so we go get our plates or whatever, and I get this steak, and I'm trying to cut through it, and I'm like, this is not a steak. This is a goddamn tire tread, and so I said, "You're buying my fucking dinner," and he's like, "Okay,"
Like, yo, I didn't order the fucking chainsaw chew steak.
Yeah. Pee-wee Vermin, you have a telephone call at the front desk. How dare you?
So
These
they
guys are-
after the next one, Scream, Blacula, Scream, they didn't do anything. They didn't do any other movies after that, right?
No,
Just these two.
no, but yeah.
Like, you know, I am aware of these movies. I just never really gave much, you know, thought to give them, like, you know, a watch or whatever. It's, you know, like I said, I just kind of prefer the more serious vampire films when
This
I
one,
watch that stuff, you know.
right, the one asshole that had the sword looks kind of like a frumpy young Mel Brooks, you know. But it's not, you know, not him, of course.
Yeah, it kind of does look like a little bit taller. Mel Brooks is a little bit taller.
He totally threw that thing and didn't really hit him in the head. That was bad. But I love the makeup on these damn women here, or vampire ladies and stuff. It's ridiculous, you know.
Yeah, it looks like if they open their mouth, their teeth will fall out.
Right.
So it's like they have to keep their jaw shut so their teeth don't fall out.
Yeah. At least these vampires look better than those.
Well, this is where he gets turned into Blacula.
Yeah.
How did he get blood in his eye? The guy's got blood in his eye. Like, how'd that happen? Was it squirting your
They
eye?
used to actually, you know, they used to do that sometimes. I don't know what the deal, what the point of it was, because there was a one of those Hammer movies with Christopher Lee as Dracula, and his eyes bleed like at the end and stuff.
Yeah, but like that looks like it's like purposely. Like this, it's like one eye. It looks like blood squirted in his eye by accident or something.
Right.
But like what you're talking about is like that's like on purpose. You know, like both eyes are bleeding out. You shall be Blacula, like myself, except white. You know what movie I actually watched before the month started? I haven't seen it in a long time. Was Vincent Price's The Haunted Palace. And that's a Vincent Price movie that just never gets talked about. But my God, that movie is just bleeding with atmosphere, man. Such a cool movie overall. Yeah, I have that in the 6-film set that Scream Factory released, the Volume 1 set. You get the Pit and the Pendulum, the Mask of the Red Death, the Haunted Palace, the Fall of the House of Usher, Doctor Abominable, what the fuck, the Abominable Doctor Phibes, and Witchfinder General.
Oh man, Witchfinder General, he is such a bastard in that movie. Oh.
Yeah.
And there's two
But
versions.
yeah, the Haunted Palace, though, like I would definitely recommend that if you've never seen that Vincent Price movie. It's a good one, man.
This is one of my favorites, Theater of Blood. I like this one a whole lot. Diana Rigg is in this. That's a real good.
Yeah, I had that release too, man. Theater of Blood, that's definitely a classic right there. I remember the first time I saw that movie, and I was a kid and I was going through, you know, the TV channels and that was on, and I just caught it at this scene when he's cutting off that one guy's head. It's like sleeping, and he's like hacking his head off with a hacksaw. That's where I started to like sit watching the movie from, because that's where I caught it at. And I was just like completely like, you know, blown away by what I was seeing. I was just like, what the fuck? He's cut this guy's head off. He's sleeping. Like, you know, it was like the first time I saw Theater of Blood at like probably like, I don't know, it might have been 9, 10 years old. But the first Price movie I ever saw was House on Haunted Hill. And the end of that movie really got me, because it was the first time I ever saw a live skeleton like moving in a movie. You know that scene when the guy's wife gets thrown into the vat of acid by the skeleton, and it's like, you know, walking around and shit like a wanted skeleton or whatever. Like I was like a little kid and I was just like blown away by that, dude. I was like, wow, a fucking moving skeleton. Like holy shit. That was like a big deal for me when I saw that.
Actually, what the hell just happened? I was saying that this was a request by Alan tonight, and I forgot to mention that at the beginning of the stream. So sorry about that. But he asks, "What about Master and Commander of the Universe?"
Master and
I
Commander.
think, yeah, there's something like that. I don't know what the
There's
actual.
Masters of the Universe. I don't know if I've heard of that one. Like now I'm thinking of the Russell Crowe movie and the He-Man movie, like mixed together.
Yep, music by the Hughes Corporation. I think they're actually in the club scene playing too, which is kind of cool.
Pennsylvania, present day.
This guy just got one of those bird's nests where he could put a fucking bomb in it and shit, you know.
Yeah.
They actually should have got the guy who played like Larry Tate on Bewitched to play this broker, you know, realtor guy and stuff.
Yeah, this guy with the fro is a little too flamboyant, calling dudes honey and shit. Like, come on, man.
Yeah. Well, he's carrying a purse, so you know, kind of.
Yeah, I think I see the purse. It all makes sense now. Someone's got to steal that silverware, right?
Right. I would hope.
So, Juno, next Tuesday on your channel for Halloween?
Yeah.
All right, 2018.
Yeah. But it's gonna be a ranting one.
Yeah. I'm going to try to find time to sit down and watch it myself because I haven't seen it in a long time. So, you know, I'd say overall, you know, like I liked the movie when it came out, but like at this point, I'm kind of conflicted with it.
Yeah.
Like, there's some things I like about it, but other things, you know, I'm just like, I don't know.
Yeah, like I'm just letting the people know it's.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Well, I'll just comment. He said Master and Commander had Vincent Price in a giant blimp or airship. Yeah. I thought that was the one he was talking about, but I've never seen it.
I've never seen that.
Yeah, but I was saying about the ranting stream. It's not that I hate anybody that loves it. Like, if anybody loves it, I'm always cool about it. It's just, we're just here to have fucking fun. Like, rants, it's always fun to hear somebody's reaction about, like, how we react with shitty movies and stuff. Like, how we reacted with that, with the first watch party I did in my channel, which was Nightmare 5, and how complete shit that movie was. And it was entertaining to make folks find out what was bad in the movie.
Yeah, you know, bottom line is, it's your point of view, it's your opinion, it's your perspective, whatever you want to call it. It's just gonna be a, you know, well, how we feel about the movie. That's just basically what a rant is. You know, if someone's watching it and they're offended by it, they should not be watching a rant at all. You know, like that's their fault, really.
Well, I always warn people, it's to each their own. Like, it's not anything to attack them. It's here to have fun.
Right.
And
yeah.
watch something entertaining.
Yeah, it's with the way some people can be is, you have to make that clear
Yeah,
sometimes.
yeah. But some people take it too serious. But I warn them. But
Yeah.
Yeah, these two dudes are probably like Liberace's coke dealers, you know.
Yeah. I'm sure one of them has a private jet. They probably know Pablo Escobar.
yeah, I would buy them and line up.
Oh, look what I've done. Let me see that, honey.
Whoa.
It's almost like it's like, Scooby Doo was like made in a live action.
Holy shit, Kal-El's here. Hey, Kal-El. Holy crap. Good to see
Oh,
you.
wow. That's a name I haven't heard of in a
Hey,
while. What's
Cal.
up, Cal? I'm not a nurse. Yeah, like I wonder what the device is that they use, like to have someone rise out of a coffin, because typically you can't really have the leverage yourself to pull yourself straight up like that. So you got to have something there. Like I wonder if it's like some kind of like mechanism on the bottom of the coffin that like helps boost you up, like as you're like trying to pull yourself up. Because without actually holding on to something, you can't just pull yourself up.
Hmm.
Oh, there he is. Like, yeah, I gotta say that, like, his mutton chops and his thick eyebrows are actually like kind of scary.
Yeah, yeah, that's what works. He looked like he was really hesitant to go for him, but he needed that blood, and stuff. Yeah,
I was
see,
watching. Sorry, go ahead.
trying to hacksaw Jim Duggan in there with the damn 2x4 or whatever. Doesn't work.
Like it was like I think last week I was watching some Tales from the Crypt episodes, and I went back and watched one from I think it was season 2. It was called The Reluctant Vampire with Malcolm McDowell in it. And like he's like attracted to this girl and he's trying his best to not like let this girl know that he's a vampire, but like every time he goes to attack somebody, like bite someone and suck their blood, he'll ask them like what their blood type is first. He's like, when was the last time you were tested for AIDS? Are you AB or C positive? He's like asking these things. Like he's like trying to get all the rundown on their blood types and shit before he actually sucks their blood. But it seems like a lot of people don't like that episode. I like the goofiness of it, really, but it seems like a lot of people don't care for that one. But I just always found that funny. Is like he goes through like a list of questions he'll ask the victims, and he goes through it so fast too. It's like a medication commercials you see where like the disclaimer at the end is like, don't take it until you consult your doctor. Blah, 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 blah. The guy's just talking a mile a minute.
So we've got Mike's DVD and Blu-ray collection in the house. So
Hey, Mike.
Hey, what's up, Mike? Is that him like talking to himself? That voice?
I think you're ahead of me. I don't hear anything as far as
No, I'm at
no,
7. I'm coming up on
that's
18
the
minutes.
no, that's not him. That asshole that bit him. He just hears the
Oh, that's
voice in
his
his head.
master then. Because isn't
Yeah,
that the role when you're bit by a vampire? That person that bites you, that's like officially your master.
right.
And we're already up on 49 minutes. I'll be back.
So now we've got the first appearance of Denise Nicholas and Thamalusa or Ramalusa Sulo, whatever his name is. Gordon Shumway. Yeah, Jimmy, I already know we've discussed it, you know. But thanks for the reminder. Jimmy's a wild man when he's had a lot of beers in it.
Yeah.
Two or three inches at least. 2 or 3. I'm so sorry, Doctor. I didn't realize you were a professional. Bruises. I worked very hard on that maximum, Doctor. Trying to make it look as natural as I could, so it won't be affected too long. But you're going right out in a big chunk.
He's
Big
like,
chunks of flesh.
he's like, you say you didn't embalm him, right? He's like, yeah, I didn't embalm him.
They collapse with friction, return to shape and its color. It wouldn't be this color unless they lost blood. You see, brother. He mentioned. That's what he did, Doctor. What about the other victims? That was. Anytime you need my help, please don't hesitate to make your service, Doctor. It's my job.
Can't say they did, Doctor.
I can't say the line that was just said in the movie.
He was white. I don't get many whites in here, you know. There you go. I'll say it for you.
What are we, like 22 minutes into this, and there's already been at least 3 instances in this movie where it's something to where you cannot do that today.
Yeah, I can't say that one though. Shit.
Would you mind if I begged off? I mean, you can have your lifting coil I'm just really...
I'm thinking like by the end of the month, all depending on my StreamYard time, what time's left for me. If I'm under the 20-hour mark, I'm going to try to do a random pop-up watch party. But yeah, I'll try to keep you guys informed on that. I gotta just try to manage the time, see if we can get that to work out. If it doesn't work out, so be it. You know, we got other things planned.
That's weird because I was thinking the same thing. Not that I was going to do a random pop-up though, but yeah, I was going to try to get an extra one in, I think, for the month.
Yeah, I mean that's fine. Just just keep me informed on it. I should be able to join you. Whatever you want to do it, that's fine with me.
Yeah, it's what the hell?
What?
There we go. Hitting the wrong fucking buttons tonight.
Juno, I see the cross on your wall. Is it blessed? No vampires in the room? I don't think you could hear us.
I don't. God.
Can you? I'm backstage.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Get the hell out of me. Can't you see, man? Well, you broke some of my ribs. Now I want some barbecue.
He's like fixated on this cab driver now.
This chasing tail is gonna get you killed.
She's worried right now and looking for you. Put this bag over me and go get her. I think she's worried to death about you. I think she's called every hospital around. Now listen, you take your hands over me. I don't know you.
Just mopping her 3,000. Okay. Hey, Chris. See the slasher dude is in the house. I can't talk.
Hey, what's up, Chris?
Attack me. I'm sure that he got my keys and all my ID.
You're going to be whatever I say you're going to be, Chester. No, I'm just kidding.
Finally got this in the mail the other day.
Hold on. I can't. Add Juno back. Oh, okay, cool. That's just the standard, though, right?
Yeah, it's the standard Blu-ray, man. I couldn't really afford to dish out the money and the shipping for the 4K box set, but I mean, with how bad the DVDs always look, in my opinion, I just need it in HD. I don't need this thing to look immaculate. And I love the Hitcher. It's just not like an all-time favorite for me. So like that's another reason why I can live with the Blu-ray. But I haven't jumped into anything yet. And you still get a lengthy amount of features right there. I know you're not gonna be able to read that, but like that's a giant paragraph right there of features. Like, but. Yeah, I'll be checking this out sometime soon. And I had this shipped from the fucking UK. I think I paid $23 with shipping, and it came in one fucking piece without any damage, surprisingly. But
Something side, when I ordered that stuff from them in like January or February, that May and the ginger snaps and all that, they package that shit good, man.
Yeah, I think the last thing I ordered from them was the Inside box set. That 2007 movie. That was the last time I ordered anything, but I got the box set for that one.
I know sometimes it seems that shipping's cheap, it's steep, but also, sometimes if you order it from, say, Orbit or something, someplace else, you may save like it may be $2 more than what you paid anyway. So you kind of just have to juggle whatever you think is the best deal.
Speaking of vampires and stuff, since we're watching Blacula tonight, have you ever seen the Count Yorga movies?
I haven't, but Jimmy's a huge fan of those.
Okay, this is the Arrow box set that comes with Count Yorga, and the other one is The Return, I think. Yeah, The Return of Count Yorga. So yeah, you get those two in this set with this booklet. But I'd never seen these, but I did a blind buy on this because like when I bought this, it was still like somewhat new. It was only out for like a couple months, and somebody put this up on eBay for $20 shipped. And I was just like, that's not a bad price. Like, I do want to give these movies a shot. So, and like, you get a nice booklet with it. But I haven't sat down and watched these yet. So, but it seems like the first one is like the more serious one. And apparently the second one is kind of like more of like a horror comedy. So, I don't know. I'll have to give the first one a shot and go from there.
And we've got the double feature podcast in the house. We're getting some good, good peeps coming in tonight.
Yeah, I wish I could read the comments.
So this is where, the coroner's like looking and he's kind of thinking, this can't be what I'm seeing.
That's ridiculous. Men lost the reward. I'm beginning to take this personal. Your men lost the reward on Bobby McCoy and Billy Schaefer.
Now, no one's linked up any of these deaths to vampirism yet, it seems like. Even though the evidence is there, but logically nobody wants to, start talking about that.
Right. Have you ever seen the Korean vampire movie Thirst? Have you ever seen that?
Yes. Yeah, that actually just had an anniversary like a few days ago. I think it was like 35 years old, something like that. But I don't own that one, but I have seen it before. And then there's another one, I think, called Thirst. That's like a different country movie or whatever. Or it might be an Australian film, I think. Might be like I forget.
The Korean one, though, man, that is so good.
Yeah. But next month on the channel, I scheduled the 30th anniversary for Interview with the Vampire, which is really up there as one of my favorite vampire movies. I hate this fucking artwork on this Blu-ray, man. It's so fucking bad. Look at Tom Cruise. Look at him.
Yeah, that looks awful.
Hey guys, let me suck your dick.
It looks like Robert. It looks like Robert Pattinson's vampire from Twilight.
I know, man. It's like, what the fuck, man? Like, that's another reason why I hope we get like an announcement soon, like 30th anniversary 4K coming soon. But they'll probably fuck the artwork up on that,
So, yeah, Mika at the Double Feature podcast, she said they just watched Thirst recently for the first time and that they loved it. So that's good to hear. I mean, that movie is so good.
Yeah, that's something I really need to go back and see, or just actually try to obtain a copy of it. Really, do you own that one?
Yes, just on DVD though. But
Who
I still
released
need.
it?
I'd have to go grab it. I'm trying to remember.
It's not that big of a deal. I just thought you knew offhand.
Yeah, no, I don't really remember.
That's fine.
I want to get that. I Saw the Devil. I still haven't picked that up yet.
What, the Blu-ray?
Yeah.
I think you can get that on like Amazon for like $12 or $13. I think that's the last time I saw it. And like sometimes that Blu-ray can be a little pricey. So if you can find that for like under $15, that's really not a bad deal.
So here's where we have the club scene where the Hughes Corporation is playing and whatnot.
But another vampire movie I want to recommend. This one never gets talked about, and this is more of like a modern one. This came out in 2000, the year Juno was born, and Shadow of the Vampire, another one that really needs an upgrade, man. You got Willem Dafoe playing like a Nosferatu type vampire, and you have John Malkovich in this, and yeah, it's like it's like the style of it's like the 1920s Nosferatu, and John Malkovich is playing this director that wants to, like he wants to make an all-time, favorite vampire movie. He wants to make a very memorable vampire movie, and at some point, it's like him and his crew lose touch with reality, and they start like realizing that this guy that they have playing Nosferatu, I forget the name that they call him, and they realize that he's actually a real life vampire, but they refuse to really believe that as they're making this movie. But
yeah, he's supposed to be playing
what?
He's supposed to be playing the actual actor of the in the original Nosferatu, Max Schreck. But he's taken the role too seriously and everything. Yeah,
right. And like, I would say overall, it is like from front to back, it is like a serious film, but it does have like these occasional like quirky kind of comedic moments, like some things that Willem Dafoe will do throughout it that are just like kind of funny overall. But I don't know. I've always enjoyed this one, man. I watched it sometime last month, went back and watched it, but this is one that's really due for an upgrade at this point. But yeah, for anyone who's you're into vampires and stuff, you haven't seen this one, I would highly recommend seeking this out and giving it a watch.
Yeah. Fuck the remake of Cinema's Lot. Stick with that instead. You'll get more assignments with Willem Dafoe.
Yeah, and Willem Dafoe is coming back this year to play Nosferatu in Robert Eggers' movie that's coming out on Christmas.
I actually don't think he's playing. He's somebody else.
He's not playing the vampire? Oh, no. Wait. Yeah, you're right. Never mind. I got that all fucked up right now. I think he might be playing like the vampire killer in it or something, but I forgot. Like from looking at screenshots of that, I forgot he's not the vampire. Okay.
Yeah. Hopefully that's a better movie because it's directed by Robert Eggers. He does some pretty good shit.
I mean, the way it looks right now, just based on those two trailers that are out there, it looks like it's going to be good.
No, Alan, they don't sing it in this film. I think that song came out like a couple of years later. But they were, lucky, I guess, that they got the job to be in this movie, though. I don't mean that in a bad way. I just mean, it was cool that they were in there, because it probably helped them, and then they had that huge hit a couple of years later, and stuff. It's, like people are going to hate me for this, but I'm not that much of a Lost Boys fan because I prefer Near Dark over Lost Boys.
I mean, I like both movies, but if I had to pick one, it probably would be Near Dark. Like I'd say, like The Lost Boys is something I'll probably watch like every 5 or so years, but it's not like I when I was growing up with that movie, like we'd put it on a lot, like me and my brother, but watching it over the years, kind of just got tired of watching it so often.
Yeah, Fright Night's great.
You know what's funny with Fright Night? That's a movie that it took a long time for me to really get into because I don't really like horror comedy vampire films. I like the more serious ones, but with multiple watches with Fright Night, it's grown on me more. Like I can appreciate the movie more. I see exactly what it is now, and it's definitely decent for what it is. But it's just at times it's just like it works such as like an 80s like coming of age teenager movie. Really, it's just like it's really not till like the final act when you see Chris Sarandon in like full blown vampire. Like that's to me is like the only time it really gets scary.
Yeah, I kind of like part 2 more, but
oh god, I hate that one.
One day.
That's one I can't watch. The second one, I can't do that one.
You hate the second one?
A lot of people do say that though, Juno. Like I hear plenty of people say that they do like the second one a lot.
Mika mentioned Vamp though, which is pretty good, and I also like Death by Temptation as well because that's pretty campy and fun. What was it? Which was the Dracula flick we saw at that jerk from that 70s show? Which jerk is that though? I don't remember.
Yeah, my favorite Dracula movie has to be the Frank Langella 1979. Like that's a badass fucking movie.
Ah, okay. Yeah, isn't that the one with Donald Pleasance in it too?
Yeah, I like that movie. That movie is fucking badass.
No, I haven't seen that in a long time. I don't know. I think Scream Factory might have released that.
Yeah, they did. Shit Factory released it. I saw a copy of it months ago when I went to an FYE.
Yeah, it was probably like fucking $150.
Yeah.
FYE mall prices. I wonder why those FYEs are starting to slowly close up, man. Nobody fucking wants to spend that extra money on overpriced bullshit, man.
Like they have them like for $40 or $35. Like Jesus Christ.
Like a lot of times I go on the FYE, I'm on my phone looking at the online prices and I'm looking at their prices and I'm just like, it's half the price more here. Like what the fuck? Like it's let's say you walk in an FYE, you see something that's like $40. You look on the internet, it's $20. It's always like, why would I pay this fucking price? Like why would anybody in their right mind want to do that?
I can't even remember that, Alan. I don't even remember a fucking vampire movie with Danny Masterson in it.
Oh, that Dracula 2000.
Oh,
with
okay.
Danny Masterson and Gerard Butler. That's the one he's talking about.
Oh, okay.
I remember seeing that in the theater, man. That was not a memorable one.
And they made piece of shit sequels.
Alan, did we see that with Tim? We probably did. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Because yeah,
Isn't that a Wes
he's
Craven
just like
movie?
the what?
He presented the movie.
Oh,
He presented.
I know.
He was a producer of the movie.
All right, I knew like his name was attached to it somehow.
It's like Wishmaster. He presented like he's part of producing. He didn't direct it.
Okay. Tex, what's your timestamp?
Timestamp is 43:16.
All right.
Oh man, she's drinking a Queers. Oh man, that's the worst fucking beer in the world. Oh jeez.
That and
You don't
no
like
queef.
that beer?
Queers and no queefs.
You don't like those things, Texas?
Coors is owned or were used to be owned by like a Nazi dude. So no. Adolf Coors, the Nazi, you know.
Wasn't that his name, Adolf Coors?
Yeah. But they did have ties to like Nazis and shit.
Oh, I'll just think about the stuff that you like that you don't know about the backstory on.
Yeah. Well, no,
like everything, like there's some kind of grimy shit to everything out there in the world that you just don't even know about.
Oh yeah, I know. So here he comes after the girl that took the picture of him at the club, and of course he's not in the picture at all and stuff.
Wait a minute, where the fuck is he at? Where's that big dude with the cape? Okay, over there. Oh, there's that big dude with the cape.
You know what,
This
Texas?
cop
I'm
just
actually
happened to be driving up to her house and stuff.
You know what, Texas? I actually am entertained by this movie.
You what?
You said he's entertained.
I'm actually entertained by it.
Well, that's good. Well, I hope so.
Because at least I'm not like this, all fucking bored when I saw that remake or shit. At least I'm invested in the story. Like this is entertaining.
Yeah, dude. Like honestly, Juno, there was about 3 different times where I was like, I'm about to turn this the fuck off, dude. I don't even want to watch this.
I was like this. Like, is this anything fucking? I was like quiet. Like, what the fuck is going on? Like, nothing's fucking happening in this boring
I
shit.
ended up
Like,
watching it at my mom's house because she has all the streaming stuff, and it was just
oh, she
easier
does?
for me to do that. And I was already over there, and like it was just like there was really a couple instances where I'm like, all right, let's turn this off, but I stuck it out. But man, it was.
Yeah, no wonder they put it on fucking Max. It's like that same thing with Roadhouse remake. They put it on Amazon Prime.
Yeah, it's just like, with the way that's handled and with the way Salem's Lot was handled, I just don't have any sense of these people that are making these movies really have any care for what they're doing. It's just like, all right, let's hurry up, get this out. And, oh, you know what? Well, we can't release it because of COVID. We got to put it on the back burner. At this point, let's just throw it on Max. And it's just like, what the fuck, man?
And I thought James Wan was directing it. I'm like, why is it not bloody violent? He made pretty fucking violent movies before, like Saw and Death Set, and like. And
I
then I
mean,
wonder why. Oh, he's a producer. He's not director.
Well, Juno, I wouldn't be surprised if his intention was to direct it.
Yeah.
And maybe something wasn't going his way, and he was probably like, you know what? Let me get away from this thing before it turns into a disaster. He probably became completely uninterested, but I mean, if you're really interested to know that, if you go online and really try to research that, you'll probably find some articles where he's being quoted on his reasoning with that. But I do remember hearing at one point that he was supposed to be the one that had full control over it. And something tells me that he probably got a whiff of something, was probably like, let me just be a producer on this and get far away from it because I don't want nothing to do with it.
Yeah. This is a great choice. This is a great choice of a movie, Texas. Thank you and Alan for picking this one.
Oh, no problem. It was Alan's request, so I was glad to honor it. You know.
I'm
So
so
funny.
thankful for you.
Oh, it's all good, man. No, it's just it made me laugh just now because he's in that lab and there's that big bottle that says Gauze on it, and there's like this Japanese hardcore band called Gauze, and they have this great record called Fuckhead. That's really great.
There's a random bottle of poison like on the table with the gauze.
You shouldn't have let him in.
What if it was called The Big Guy with the Cape? Hello, Mama Waldy. What the fuck?
They should have, you know.
She just called him Mama Waldy.
Well, I found it. A little hard to leave you last night, but I had no choice.
Well, yeah, I think he told her that was his name or whatever, you know.
What a fucking name. Mamba Waldy, motherfucker.
Well, because he was an African prince, you know, and then that one fucking guy like betrayed him and turned him into the vampire and stuff, you know.
Yeah, it almost sounds like a creature of the night. Like, oh man, that guy's a Mamba Waldy. Stay away from him.
On a mission to protest. Myself was enslaved. My wife murdered, and I was placed under the curse of the undead.
What's the Wes Craven movie? Vampire in Brooklyn? Is that it?
I don't know.
Yeah, Vampire in Brooklyn.
Wow.
Who directed that?
Wes Craven.
Yeah, okay. That's I haven't seen that in a long time.
I know a lot of people shit on that movie, but I actually think that's one of his decent movies because it's like
Yeah, I
interesting to
haven't
see
seen it in
Eddie Murphy.
years.
Yeah, it's interesting to see Eddie Murphy in a horror comedy, especially like a horror movie, because originally he was supposed to be Candyman because they were gonna think of
Oh, that
having
would
him
have
as
been
Candyman.
bad. I'm
But
sorry. Eddie
no,
Murphy of
yeah,
Candyman would have been.
unless they would have put him in a serious role, because sometimes comedians like they take a serious role, so maybe it would have been interesting. But
I
Tony
just
talked
think
about.
for me personally, I can't see Eddie Murphy in a serious role like that. It's I don't know. I see him in
Yeah,
comedies. I don't see him as
but
Candyman.
when he did Vampire in Brooklyn, it still has horror elements because he's a fucking vampire and he kills people. Like he killed Mitch Pileggi, who plays Horace Pinker in Shocker. He plays like a gangster loan shark guy or something. Like he rips his heart out, which is pretty funny with good practical effects.
Yeah, I think the last time I saw that is when it was initially released, like when it first came on TV. That was the last time I saw that. That was probably the late 90s.
Here's one for you, Juno. I watched this thing yesterday. It was like about a 16-minute short with Howard Berger. from K&B Effects, because on the Criterion Channel this month they have this deal about different movies with, you know, certain effects and stuff, like American Werewolf and The Thing and everything. And they showed him, you know, he was talking, going through all these different things, you know, like zombies and werewolves and these different things, and it was amazing. You would really like it.
Hold the light over here, will you?
Mr. Church is a great movie, Cal. He's very serious in that. You know, I love that movie actually.
Well, it's funny you're talking about the Criterion Channel. You know, they always have those closet pick videos where they have a celebrity come in
Right.
and they go in the closet and they pick their movies. And they had Winona Ryder on there like last month. And as soon as I got to the comments section, everybody's talking about like, "Yo, hide all your stuff. Winona Ryder's here," like because they were referring to that time when she got caught shoplifting for like $5,000 worth of merchandise. So like everybody wanted to bring up that time she got in trouble for that in the comments section. Like, oh god. Like,
There was one they just did recently with Bill Hader, and it was like his second time there, and he was
yeah,
all
I
like,
saw that one. I
yeah,
saw it.
but it's funny how he says, yeah, the last time I was here was like you know, like 2000 whatever, and they go, you know, and then they show this thing. He's wrong. It was, you know, like 2 years later or something. You know,
But now it looks like they're digging up a grave here. Whose
yeah,
grave are they just digging up?
the guy with the big old, you know, bird's nest for hair and
Oh,
stuff.
the guy who died early on, because like
Yeah,
they're digging him up. It looks like because like they're convinced that he's gonna come back or whatever, and she's like, "Look, he's fucking dead." He's like fucking his
right.
body up with the shovel and shit.
We got to show him somehow. Right. We need to talk. Come on, let's go.
Winona Midnight Rider. She's so good in that fucking Jim Jarmusch movie, Last Night on Earth. It's so good.
She's in a Jim Jarmusch movie?
Yeah. Jenna Rollins is in it. It's fucking great. Really good.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot that Elisha Cook has like a hook for a hand in this and stuff.
What?
Yeah, he's the coroner, you know, like not coroner, but he's like the assistant or whatever, and he's got like a only one hand, you know, shit. He's gonna bring that lady out, and she's gonna get him. Yeah, Denise Richards wearing that Dusty Rhodes hat. Yeah.
Texas, you ever see that vampire movie called Byzantium? Came out like 2012.
Oh, Byzantium? Yeah, I've seen that.
Yeah, that's another one that kind of came and went, and a
The
lot of
one
people
that's
don't
that's
really.
the one with the Saoirse, right?
I forget like exactly who's in it. I just know like when I first saw it, it was on video on demand when that was like I don't even know if that's still a thing because I don't have cable anymore. But when I
That's
used to have cable, I used to have like free movies that would come on there, and that's how I discovered it through there.
it's the one with like the the one girl and the woman, right? And they're like hanging out together and on the beach and
Yeah,
all that. Yeah, yeah,
yeah.
that's the one with Saoirse Ronan. I just always call her Seahorse because it's easier for me to pronounce her name.
Let's see. But you know, one like, I'm just like looking up random vampire movies right now. But another one I still need to see is the 2009 movie Daybreakers with Ethan
Oh,
Hawke. I believe he's
that's
in it.
fucking great. I
I
love that
just
movie.
I picked it up in at a thrift store, and that's a pretty decent movie. It's really good.
Yeah, it's got
Never saw it.
Sam Neill, Ethan Hawke, Willem Dafoe. But that's one I still need to get around to. But I always hear positive things about it, so I need to
Yeah,
jump on that a little sooner
yeah,
than later.
yeah.
Yeah,
If Willem
that's a
Dafoe's in it,
really good one.
yeah. When Willem Dafoe's in a vampire movie, you know that shit's good. Ever since
Yeah,
Shadow of the Vampire.
yeah. I mean, like, just yeah, like when I see that, I'm like, all right, this has a chance. Like when I see his name attached to something
Yeah.
like that, this gives me like
And now
more
now
confidence.
he's gonna be in Nosferatu, which it is an upcoming movie in 2 months.
Yeah, just the look of it, man. Looks like Robert Eggers really understands what what a movie like that needs, and it's. I mean, I haven't seen it yet, but just based on the trailer, it really looks like he's got his vision captured on screen the way he wants it. So. But
So
Texas, you ever see a movie from '73 called Lamora, A Child's Tale of the Supernatural? I know Blue Underground released a DVD of it like a long time ago.
I've I've heard of it, but I don't I've never seen that though.
Yeah, like a quick summary on it. A young girl who returns to her hometown to see her dying father finds herself being drawn into a web of vampirism and witchcraft. But that's another one I've heard like over the years and still haven't watched. And it's from '73. It's rated PG, which to me is like when you see a PG rating, you kind of just ignore it from that era.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes. So this scene is where that she jumped up out of the thing and he had Juno's crucifix that he used on her and stuff and got her there and whatnot.
Yeah. Oh, Crucifix. That was a shit I fucking mentioned in that remake of Salem's Lot. The crucifix glow in those movies, and I'm like, why is it glowing like what? Like the cross, like the big cross that Hal Herberg's holding in the fog, and I
Yeah,
just
like
watched
I
the
don't know
fog.
why. Like every time I saw that glowing cross, it like gave me the idea that like somebody found that inside of a cereal box as like a gift, like a prize. Like where we used to put toys in cereal boxes. Like, oh, I got a glowing crucifix in my Rice
Yeah,
Krispies.
That would actually be kind of cool. That we have
Well,
that'd be
yeah,
awesome.
but
the
if it
last
came out of a
temptation of
cereal box,
Juno.
but for that movie, it shouldn't be.
Rosie comes up with the last temptation of Juno. So there we go. You better go home and get some sleep. You look like hell. Thank you so much. Appreciate the fine compliments.
The other
Then we have
night, I did a double feature for Subspecies and Subspecies 2, Bloodstone. And I'd never seen any of these sequels before. I had this in my collection. I was like, I should probably watch this. I bought it and I never watched it. So, but these are pretty cool movies. I got to get around to the rest of them. But like one thing I like about it is like they do a good job at like coming up with an ending while still having a continuation running into the next movie. So like I think just based on that, that's what kind of keeps you going in the series. It's like almost like a cliffhanger material at the end, but it's, you know, it leads right into the next one. But, you know, I'm glad that I finally had a chance to see this.
The you know, that's 71's like favorite series. Man, I wish I would have known you back then, because you know she would have loved that.
Yeah, that I mean, you know, those are mostly like 90s vampire movies from, you know, Charles Band and the Full Moon Entertainment, but you know, just the character of Radu, the vampire, and his, you know, constant blood pouring out of his mouth, and he's like screaming with his raspy voice and everything. Like, you know, that's one thing I do like about the vampire in that. Like, you know, they don't do any enhancement to his voice. This is him naturally, like trying to sound like a demented vampire, and he's got like this like nasty raspy voice and shit. But like I know at one point in the movie, like you know, like Radu's got really long fingers, and like he goes to
Right.
grab somebody and like bite into their neck, and you can see the rubber fingers bending backwards. It's like should have done a second take there.
Chester's asking if we've seen the 1958 Dracula with like Christopher Lee and stuff. Yes, I have.
Yeah, yeah.
That's
I actually, where the hell's that at? I got the 4
the,
films set here.
yeah, those Christopher Lee ones are pretty good.
Yeah, those are, you know, some of the best classic vampire movies you could really watch. Oh, here it is. I got that 4 film set here. This is on DVD. The Horror of Dracula, Taste the Blood of Dracula, Dracula Has Risen from the Grave, and Dracula AD 1972. But, you know, the best ones here, in my opinion, is the one that you just mentioned, the 58 Horror of Dracula and Taste the Blood of, or Taste the Blood of Dracula. But what's the second movie? Dracula, Prince of Darkness with Christopher Lee. Like that's the one after Horror of Dracula. Like you know those movies. You know you probably are supposed to watch them in order, but it's really like after the first 3 is where they kind of just take a slope and go down.
Yep. Yeah, Blood of Dracula with Udo Kerr, that's a pretty underrated one.
You know, another one that has an anniversary coming up, 50 years old. You guys ever see The Legend of the 7 Golden Vampires? I have that one somewhere around here.
Oh, fuck. Someone mentioned that when they were talking about martial arts films. That's somebody had like a martial art book and they talked about that movie. I want to see that one.
Yeah, you know, Juno, I think you would actually like that one. And for like the longest time, that movie was like really hard to get a copy of until Scream Factory, you know, gave it an upgrade. But like it really is like a mix between like a kung fu movie and a vampire movie and kind of like a safari movie in a way, but
That's
it's
badass.
nonstop action, I can say that, that's for sure. But you know, I'd say
I
it's a
like
half
kind of
and
movie.
half movie. It has its moments, but you know, it's serves its purpose, I guess you could say. But like, you know, Hammer at that time, apparently they were trying to do something new instead of just always focusing on these creatures of the night. Like they were trying to mix things up a bit, which you know, I guess you can't blame them for that, but it's just some things just don't work when you mix them together.
And then Alan asks, "What about the terrible John Carradine as Dracula?" And
Yeah,
then
I
he
don't think I
says,
have that one in my collection.
and then he says something about the Ghost of Mr. Chicken on Saturday. That's one of my favorites. I like that because you know, by and far, Don Knotts is the world's greatest American actor.
So here's the other Thirst movie, 1979, with Elizabeth Bathory, I think her name is. It's a Rod Hardy movie. Isn't that the guy who made The Wicker Man, Rod Hardy?
I don't know for
I
sure.
think it might be. Like, I'm just trying to go through some other vampire movies as we're watching one, but
And Another
You know, I
good one.
remember Grande on his channel. He was talking about Vampiros Lesbos one time on his channel. It's a Jess Franco movie. Did you ever see
Right.
that?
I have never
Like,
seen it.
with just that
Um,
title alone, Vampiros Lesbos.
right.
Did you guys ever see the Let the Right Ones In?
Oh
You ever seen
yeah,
that one?
I love
Yeah.
both versions of the film. I love the Swedish version and the American version.
You
Yeah, I
do?
would agree with that.
You love both versions?
I like both.
Yeah, I think they're both really fucking good.
Yeah.
I mean, what's the one, the '07 one, the original one, I kind of like a bit more. But that one with,
Yeah.
what's her name? Chloe Grace, whatever her name is.
Moritz, yeah. See you
Yeah,
later.
I thought it was a good movie. Like, she's actually pretty good in that, too, for being as young as she is in that role. She really carries that movie.
Yeah, Zodiac's got to take off, so
Take care, Z.
have a
Yeah,
good night, Zodiac.
yeah, it's all good, man. Thanks for stopping by and hanging out, Zay. Be safe and take care, man.
Hey, you guys ever see Return of the Flameless Dog? Because I have not seen it, but I heard people say it's ass.
Oh, that's a tough one, Juno.
What is it? I didn't hear what you said. What?
The
No, I said,
Return.
have you seen Return of the Flameless Lot? Because I heard people say that they said that movie is ass. Return of the Flameless Lot.
I still didn't get the last part. I don't know. It's like when I don't know something.
Yeah, that movie.
Return to Salem's Lot. No, I've never seen that.
Yeah,
And that
this is
cover's
a tough
bullshit.
one, man. This is a tough one. You know what? It's a shame too, because this is a Larry Cohen movie. But
Yeah, and what's bullshit about that cover? Mr. Bartle's on that badass cover. He's not even in the damn movie,
I
and he's
know.
on the
See, that's
cover.
the thing. Like, the cover art of this is very misleading. And,
It's
you
so
know,
bullshit.
it's cool artwork, so it'll lead you to believe that this is going to be exactly like, you know, the follow up to the original Salem's Lot. It's just really not. But I wouldn't spend money on this. I wouldn't buy this. I would watch this for free. I wouldn't go out of your way to spend money on this. I think I spent like $10 on
Yeah,
this years ago. It's like a Warner Archive
yeah,
DVD, but it's got really good practical effects in this. So the effects work throughout it, I think, is probably enough there to really keep you watching, but the
yeah.
story is just not well crafted. Some scenes are not executed well, but I would give this movie a 6 out of 10. Like, it's watchable, but you'll
Yeah.
see some awful things about it as you're watching it.
Yeah, Shit
Like, I don't
Factory
know
also
if you
did
could
a
see
Blu-ray a
this.
couple years ago, so
I don't
there's
know
a
if you could
Blu-ray.
see this screenshot here. This, like, that's like the vampire at one point, like right here.
That was. I can't.
Yeah, that's
It looks like
like
a demon. What the fuck? That's a
I know
vampire.
it's not at all like the Mr. Barlow vampire, but you know.
That
It looks like a.
picture in
It
the
looks like a.
middle, was that
It looks
Green
like.
Day? Is that the guys from Green Day in the middle of that?
No.
Okay.
But you know, it's a Larry Cohen movie, so of course he has Michael Moriarty in it. You know, it's Larry Cohen can't make a movie without Michael Moriarty, and really just a bunch of unknown people though in this one. And you know, I can't blame people for that, but I guess they must have had like, you know, I must have had a hard time like really getting actors for this. I mean, a lot of people probably was like, "Return to Salem's Lot. I want nothing to do with that."
I think they're probably gonna try to get David Soul back because he was the lead actor in the first one. I
Well,
saw
if that one was bad, why did they make another? You know, this remake. I mean, it's ridiculous. I've heard the one with Rob Lowe is not that bad, but I've never seen that either.
That's a bad one,
was
but this
alright.
new one makes the new one makes the Rob Lowe one look great.
Yeah, it's not that good, but You'll take the Rob over that bullshit remake. It's like Christmas Eve. You'll be fucking bored out of your mind watching that remake.
Fuck. Don't even like mention that fucking thing.
And that's a boring piece of shit. Christmas
It is so boring. If he would have hacked an hour and a half off that fucking thing, and or at least paced it better, he would have had something there good. I can't see how people really like that fucking movie because it's just so fucking boring. Now we have all these vampires coming out of the woodwork while the cop and them are trying to see what the hell is going on. They got led there by that one dead dude and stuff. And these cops have no clue like what the fuck they're doing.
The guy on the paper with the hook, the guy who has the hook, he's actually in the original Salem's Lot.
Oh yeah,
he plays it like the town drunk, and the
okay.
cops like asking him. He's like, yeah, I need you to keep an eye on Ben Mears, the main character, and he's like, why? And he's like, you really want to know why? He killed 18 people. And he's like, oh.
Gonna fuck him over.
Chester's out of here too. All right, Chester. Have a good night, man.
Night, Chester.
Yeah, take care, Chester. Good luck with the Tigers, man.
Good luck in your match with Bobby Lashley, Chester.
Is he still wrestling?
Yeah, he's gonna. Well, I can't give it away. I got a trade secret, but I can't give it away.
Okay, I'll hold it.
Yeah, now that one cop, he's already turned into, a vampire and stuff. But it's funny that it's the one of the ones they attacked, and the detective was yelling, Johnson, Johnson, Johnson. All I could think about, no, not my Johnson from Frankenhooker,
What happened to my Johnson? Where's my Johnson?
Oh, that was a good one. That you got this one with the white hair and dusty coat attacking the guy and hits him with the fucking shovel and stuff.
Give me your timestamp.
It's let's see, 1 hour 15 minutes 43 seconds.
1:15. All right, so we're on like the final 15 minutes though. All right, it's like a fight.
You ever see that Nosferatu movie, the 70s one?
I love that one. It's like one of my favorite vampire movies with Klaus Kinski.
Yeah,
Nosferatu the Vampire, 1979. That's a Werner Herzog movie. I would highly recommend watching that.
I don't have that one,
check
but
it out.
I have the other one he did, Nosferatu in Venice. But Alan says this was the inspiration for Thriller. Then we have a vampire bat flying by and stuff. My God,
But yeah, Juno, definitely give this a watch, dude. That's a good one.
I want to check that one. Yeah, that's the one. Because I know, I wasn't making sure if it was a 70s or 60s movie. I wanted to make sure to correct which one it was. I don't get fucked up and watch the wrong movie.
It came out in it's 1979, but the music throughout it is just very gothic and just so perfect, and the atmosphere, the acting's very seriously taken. I don't know, it's a really good one, man. It really is.
And we got Gizmo in the house.
Hey, what's up, G-Man? I think we might have covered like almost every important vampire movie throughout the stream tonight. So, why
Let's
not?
not
You
talk
know, it's
about the
all.
bullshit. Let's not talk about the bullshit one, like Twilight.
Yeah, you know, those movies are so bad. I can't even put those in like a subgenre of horror. Forget they even exist.
P. Rich is heading out, so good night to P. Rich.
All right, take care, P. Thanks for stopping by and hanging out. We'll see you in the next one.
Take care, Pimp.
If he comes for you tonight, we'll be ready.
Gizmo says, I wish we got more Blacula films. We should have a monster universe with only black monsters, creatures from the hood.
I would.
Frankenstein and the Pimp.
Yeah.
I would like to see that, but you know how fucking movies nowadays.
I like those Tales from the Hood movies, though. I don't give a fuck what anybody says. I think they're great.
I could do the first one. That's the extent of how far I can go with Tales from the Hood.
I like all three of them. I think they're really good.
Sorry to hear that.
Yeah, two each their own. Like that's cool if you love the sequels. Two each their own. Like
Mika from Double
shit, I
Feature
like
Podcast.
shitty
She's
sequels. I like.
out as well. Thank you so much, Mika, for coming in. It was a pleasure having you. I'm really glad that you showed up tonight and hung out, with us and put up with our craziness and our bullshit and everything, and come back again. Because you and your sis, y'all do a great, streams as well. So appreciate you coming in and stuff.
Yeah, it's nice to meet you, Tisha. Thanks for stopping by and hanging out. Hanging out. Take care.
Yeah, Character, you were saying about the Self from the Hood.
Kira, that's it.
We're entitled to our opinion. Like we love shit. Like hell, we fucking love movies. So like that's cool. Like you love those movies. Like we're entitled to our opinion.
So this one girl looks like she's baiting herself to get him to come out in public for her.
Yeah, I think that's part of one of the things they're doing.
Because like it almost looks like she's like possessed. She's just so focused and like she's focused on the task at hand or the mission or whatever.
Well, it's actually he might be reading her mind or something.
Yeah. So maybe she is possessed.
Like hell, I like Van Helsing, and that's people say that's a piece of shit.
Yeah, I never got into that one really.
Yeah. And then John, you like vampires, and that's cool.
Yeah, John Carpenter's Vampire. I like John Carpenter's Vampires, but it's far from a perfect movie, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Then there was Argento's Dracula, which I heard's one of the most award-winning films ever made.
Like, dude, that movie really seems like Dario Argento was like, what? I'm gonna smoke some PCP, and I'm gonna shoot up some crystal meth, and I'm gonna say, "Fucking roll camera." We're just gonna go. Like,
was that Mark? Was that? Oh, go ahead.
His whole deal was Aja fucking probably you know, here, Father, try these drugs. They're like, oh, I shall make a vampire film. Yay, ravioli, spaghetti. It's going to be great. Fuck, this is a pepperoni pizza. It's not good. But I want to make a vampire movie. Fuck.
Oh man, that's funny.
Yeah, but was that his last movie or no? Did he make a fucking movie after this?
No, he made his last movie was a giallo called Dark
Yeah.
Glasses. That was like one of his last movies, which I still need to give a watch to actually. But I've heard mixed things about that. But yeah, I need to actually see that though.
Dark glasses as opposed to light glasses,
I mean, I like the title honestly.
one
For
Argento.
it's a giallo apparently, so it's the glasses does have its element there. So I like the title of it, but
The
I
one,
still gotta sit down and watch that.
the one, the one Argento movie I want to check out is Sleepless.
Oh yeah, that's a good one, man. It's a little lengthy. It's got Max von Sydow in it too, but
Yeah,
that's got some vicious kills in it. Actually, I tried uploading that on my channel a couple nights ago. YouTube was like, "No, you're not allowed to do that."
yeah, because we can't show gruesome violence.
Yeah, that's what I think the ongoing issue is with uploading some of
Fucking
these
cock,
movies.
fucking
Like
cut kids.
some of them will just like, as soon as I upload them, they get blocked for the age restriction, for nudity, graphic violence. But like some of them, they just let them go, and it's like, are you serious? Like, there's a scene in this movie where there's like, like what? I'm surprised that they let Night of the Demons go with the tit scene with the lipstick. I was like, yo, like that's it's kind of like gratuitous and graphic right there. But you guys let that one slide, right?
Alan said should have made a vampire movie with Grandpa Munster. Well, they actually did. It's a kids movie. It's called My Grandpa is a Vampire. It was made in Australia.
Juno, have you ever seen the Showtime series? It was only 3 seasons for Penny Dreadful. Did you ever see this?
Don't know what that is.
It came on
Never heard of it.
HBO back in around 2015. It's only 3 seasons. It has Josh Hartnett in it.
I
Timothy
like Josh
Dutton.
Hartnett.
It's got Josh Hartnett, Ava Green. I think it's Timothy Dalton. Timothy Dalton's in it. But it's like this crew of people that are like, they're surrounded by supernatural things like vampires, demons, werewolves, all types of shit like that. And I think it's David Warner who actually plays Van Helsing in it. But this is like so modernized. But like, I know the type of things that you like, Juno, and like I really think you would like this show if you could. I think at this point you could find it almost anywhere. I know this is on Look Movie too, if you just search under the TV show category. But yeah, it's only 3 seasons, but you get through like the first few episodes. I think you'll find yourself surprised by it. It might pull you in, and you might actually end up wanting to watch the whole thing. But I watched this out of sheer boredom one day. I had no idea what to put on. It was available to watch for free on cable, and I was like, all right, let's put it on. And I ended up binging the whole thing. I couldn't put it down. But I know Showtime tried doing another Penny Dreadful show that was completely different from this, and that one is not good at all.
We got Kayla Boo in the house, and it's always good to see you, Kayla. Always a pleasure when you stop by and you come here. 2 thumbs up.
But
man, he's just throwing these cops around like nothing, And the look at disdain on his face. It's like you oinkers are gonna die tonight, He just throws that fucking barrel, fucking nails that cop.
Yeah.
Bloody oinkers.
This movie. What I appreciate about this movie, I think there's shit that's happening. It's not fucking boring you to death to go to sleep. At least this is just fucking entertaining.
Well, it's
Shit
no
to watch.
Salem's fucking Lot remake. I mean, come on.
Yeah, this is a good thing. Yeah, this is a great movie.
And
I definitely would like to pick. I want to
you
definitely
got
pick this up one day.
you got three songs by the Hughes Corporation performed live in a club. You know.
Fucking A.
You know, when I bought like both DVDs, I'd just gotten out of the hospital. I'd had a hernia operation, and I knew those had just come out. So I had, you know, I was able to have somebody take me to the store to get, you know, both these movies while I took the time off, you know, to recover from my hernia operation.
Wait.
So long. Wow.
Salami. Yeah. Yeah,
Salami long lot.
And
Yep, that's right.
fucking plug that steak into that girl's sister, and she's like screaming so hard, it's just like, shut her up, you know. It's like when I saw, oh yeah, when we forgot to mention, well, there's, you know, Udo Kier and Blood of Dracula, but when I saw fucking the Frankenstein one, Flesh for Frankenstein, in a re-release in the theater, and it was in 3D. There's that one scene where Udo Kier gets that fucking spear like right through him, and he's holding on, and his fucking liver's like hanging off the spear, and he's making some fucking speech, and there was some guy in the theater, and he's like, "Die already, motherfucker."
Yeah, I think he's like, Otto, you must continue my work. He's like, his liver's like hanging out. Like, Otto, you must continue my work.
The whole deal too with Otto. To first know life, you must first fuck death in the gallbladder.
Yeah. But you know, like the one thing I like about that scene is after he says it, because Otto does this. He goes, he like shakes his head. He's like, "Yeah, I get it. I know, man. I gotta fuck the gallbladder. I get it." Like every time I watch that, I look at Otto and I see him shaking his head, like, "Oh yeah, I got you."
A liver runs through it. So there we go. That's a good one.
That's a good one. A liver runs through it. Tex, do you have I'm assuming you have Blood for Dracula. You have this one?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, like you know, like I like this movie, but there is times when I'm watching it where I'm like, Dracula, you were a whiny little bitch. Like, you know, like you're
But I
just like
mean-
constantly like crying about not having the right blood and food for them, and like, what if they don't have the right stuff I eat? And like, you know, he's like crying all the time.
But it's so cool though to see, like, you know, Udo Kier like in both those fucking movies, and then you see him in like, you know, Brawl and Cell, you know, Block 99, you know, as that fucking, you know, guy who kidnaps the woman or whatever, and all that, and that scene where she just fucking blows him away. It's so good.
But this is a really nice 4K set from Severn. I remember I actually got this thing on sale for like $20, I think it was. But you actually get this CD soundtrack. You get like a whole digibook layout, 3-disc set here.
Not bad at all.
You get like 2 Blu-rays, is that? Oh no, you get a 4K, a Blu-ray, and then you get this CD soundtrack with this. Like, you know, for $20, I was like, I gotta get that. But like, you know, I do like the movie, but there is times where I'm like, shut up, Dracula, stop bitching me. Like, he just whines a lot in the movie.
Here we go, where he's all melted out, turning into, like, you know, all the worms are eating him, and he's basically a skeletal corpse, you know. And
Now, I'm assuming though, like this shows why there's a follow-up movie, right? That is
I,
a cool
I
effect.
I believe it's been a while since I've watched the other one, but
Dude, that's a really cool effect with the worms, though.
yeah,
I like that with the smoke and the worms and shit.
They went out with the
Oh, okay. It doesn't really. Technically, the credits just roll. It doesn't really lead up, but in a way, with the way it ends, you could still interpret a next film, which is Scream Blacula Scream.
right.
But yeah, overall, I'd say that was enjoyable for what it is. I'm glad I finally got to see it. I think that's definitely good enough for a 7 out of 10. Liver and Brook sauce with a nice
the movie.
Chianti.
This is a great movie. This is a great movie, Texas. Fucking entertaining and not boring and just straightforward and just at least like you get shit that's happening.
But yeah, I definitely would say that's Blacula, 7 out of 10, definitely.
I give it a thumbs up. I give it a thumbs up, Texas.
You damn well
Juno
better.
approved. Juno approved.
Yeah, it's always Juno approved, and it's all
Yeah.
good.
Yeah. Well, it's not a thumbs. It's a thumbs up because I gave thumbs down to that piece of shit remake. Fuck that remake up his ass.
But
so
next time we'll be live. We'll be this Friday for the 50th anniversary for Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Yep.
They also show something here from '74, Dan Curtis's Dracula with Jack Palance, which I've never seen, but I guess Dan Curtis directed it, but he did some Dark Shadows stuff. But Richard Matheson, I guess, wrote it or something, so adapted it. So yeah, everybody, thank you so much for coming out. We had Kal-El and Gizmo and the double feature podcast and Corey. I mean, we had a lot of guest stars tonight, as well as our usual family, Brooke Sauce and Rosie and Zodiac and Chester and Jimmy and Alan, and thanks for the request, Alan, too, because that, we were able to, get this, off the ground and everything.
Yeah, unfortunately, I wasn't able to see the chat tonight because I left my tablet over my mother's house. But yeah, this was definitely a good time. It's good to see that you had a good turnout with people showing up as usual. And but yeah, this Friday with the stream, as of right now, it's going to be 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That is subject to change. If it does change, I will, keep you all updated on that. So as of right now, we're going at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If it changes, it can go from 7, it can go to 7 p.m., it can go 9, 10, 11, whatever fucking time that some other dickhead wants to go with, we're going with too.
Yeah, it's gonna be just like that. My love for you is like a truck berserker. Would you like me making fuck berserker?
All right. Yeah, but yeah, I got to call it a night here soon. But yeah, whenever you want to end it, that is fine with me.
I could do that. I could do the other verse. You want me to do the other verse, Sean?
Whatever you want to do is go with me. All the same.
My love for you is like a clock. Would you like to suck my cock berserk? No, I actually did it wrong. My love for you is a ticking clock berserk. Would you like to suck my? Yeah. Just that whole Olaf metal, No. Yeah. But yeah, and also thanks to Kayla for coming out tonight and stuff. So yeah. But yeah, so next week I've got Phantom of the Paradise, and that was by request from Johnny Wild Guys. So he's going to join us for a little bit, and so that should be a good time. After that, I'm trying to remember what I can't remember what I had planned. Something, but yeah, the extra movie that if I do the extra one, I want to do the Editor.
Oh yeah, I'm not a fan of that one, but I will watch it again.
Not a fan of it. Why I oughta. It's
The
amazing.
movie tries too hard. Tries way too hard to be what it's not.
Well, it's not supposed to be though. It's
I know, but like it's just like you're like you're mocking a giallo.
It's not mocking. It's there
I
there
don't.
is
It just doesn't
love.
do much
There
for
is
me.
love put into that because they made that thing look exactly like a fucking giallo from the 70s.
But it's not.
It's not, but it's not like a total satire, like fucking, say Scary Movie or something. But I think it's really good. Plus,
It
it's got
just made me want to like I remember like watching it and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna watch a giallo, and I turned it off and that was what I did. I ended up watching Black Belly of the Tarantula. That was the first time watch. But yeah, I see that's another thing with giallos. I prefer them to be straightforward and serious. Mocking them, making fun of it, and everything's like okay,
they're not, but they're not.
just not
It's
for
not.
me.
It's not being mocked. I mean, it's just it's kind of a satire sort of, but it's fun. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, it doesn't do much for me. I tried it, man. It doesn't do much. It's got cool colors in it. If you like colors.
But all right, so we'll let you guys, have sweet dreams and jelly beans and all that good stuff, And
Yeah.
see, that's the one thing I love about Brooke and Rose and Leah, man. They'll stay here until I shut the fuck up, stuff. So it's like they're like, come on already. I want to, grab something to eat or knock somebody out or whatever. But
I want to grab a horny unicorn. Give me a horny unicorn. Soak your cock.
But yeah, thanks again for coming in, and we will see you Friday and all that good stuff.